Hey everybody, thanks for joining us here on 9 News Plus. I'm meteorologist Chris Bianchi, and remember that break we had from the windy and the kind of perpetual high fire danger that we dealt with all of April? Well, we had that rain earlier on this week, but unfortunately as we head into the upcoming weekend and through much of next week, it looks like that pattern of continued hot, dry, and yes, periodically windy weather will be back in play for us. On the positive side, though, it does look generally pretty nice temperatures in the upper 70s and low 80s over the next few days. And that does include us here today, where our high temperatures probably getting up to around 80 degrees if we can break up some of these kind of mid to high level clouds that have been fairly persistent throughout the morning, but that filtered sunshine already getting us on up in most cases into the 60s and low 70s as of 11 a.m. this morning. So still some of that high cloud cover in place. I do think that gradually breaks on up as we head through the afternoon, starting to see some signs of that breaking on up to our north. Fort Collins, Greeley, even Longmont looking a lot sunnier than Denver right now. Colorado Springs, Palmer Divide, though, will probably hold on to those clouds the longest as a kind of weak little batch of high-level cloud cover works its way on through. Meantime, there's a storm system well off to our north and west. That will stay to our north, and that will keep us on the dry side as we head over the next few days. Futurecast, again, I do think we do break up those clouds a little bit this afternoon, and then as we get into tomorrow morning, lots of sunshine. That will be the story for us as we head through the upcoming weekend. It looks sunny, it looks dry, and it looks like it's going to stay that way for for the foreseeable future. Quick update on the Drought Monitor. I want to mention this because of the increased fire danger that we're going to be looking at over the next few days. We did put a bit of a dent in some of those drought conditions, especially north of Denver. We did see in some cases up by Sterling, Fort Morgan, Fort Collins, 1 to 2 inches worth of precipitation. But south of I-70 here in the Denver area, we didn't see all that much rainfall, unfortunately, this week. Palmer Divide, the southern foothills saw a 1/4 inch of rain or less, generally speaking, which, again, we'll take every drop we can get, but that's just not meaningful in terms of helping out with the drought. So worth noting as we head over the next few days that there will be notably higher fire danger in the southern foothills and along the Palmer Divide than there will be to our north. So a place like Boulder actually did fairly well. Greeley, Fort Collins, as I mentioned, Sterling, Fort Morgan. Out there you saw a fair bit of moisture, but here in the immediate Denver area, especially the south side of the metro area, not quite as much in the way of moisture, and unfortunately that may lead to increased fire danger in those areas as we head over the next few days. All right, current temperatures right now, some spots already closing in on 80 degrees. Lyman with a fair bit of sunshine out there, close to 80 at 77 right now. Springfield 78 in the mountains, 50s and 60s. Downtown Denver right now at 75 degrees, the high temperature getting on up to around 80 this afternoon with some of those high clouds still fairly persistent as we head through the rest of the afternoon. But again, I do think we'll see a period of kind of 2 to 3 hours worth of unfiltered sunshine, and those temperatures should get on up to 80 degrees. As a result of that's the forecast today. I would ignore that rain chance tonight. We're not looking at any rainfall here in Denver, but what we will be looking at is a lot of sunshine, temperatures in the low to even mid 80s on the eastern plains, in the mountains, 60s and 70s. Grand Junction for friends out that way, 83 for a high for your day today. Now, as we head into your day tomorrow, that's when unfortunately we're going to be bringing back that, as I mentioned, persistent pattern of winds and high fire danger. And tomorrow looks notably warmer than today. We could be closing in on 90 degrees here in Denver, and some spots on the eastern plains will certainly touch 90 degrees. And with that, and some kind of dry weather that accompanies those warm temperatures and some fairly gusty winds, there's a fire weather watch in place for much of northeastern Colorado, including Denver. So remember, it's tomorrow's gonna be another don't be stupid day. No sparks outdoors. Just remember, of course, again, anything with a spark outdoors, cigarette butts, anything like that, any sort of fires, do not do that tomorrow, as we're going to be looking at that increased fire danger. And that fire danger will increase as you head south throughout the state. Colorado Springs, Pueblo, Walsenburg, La Junta, Highway 50 on south. That's where those winds will be a bit stronger, and that's why we're looking at higher fire danger in southern Colorado. But it will be also fairly high here in northeast Colorado. So again, high fire danger for tomorrow here in northeastern Colorado and throughout much of the state. So of course, keep that in mind. Winds right now, not all that gusty. A few spots topping 20 miles an hour in the mountains, but those winds do increase as we get into your day tomorrow. Could see some blustery conditions this afternoon, 10 to 20 miles an hour here in Denver. Should say more breezy this afternoon. Tomorrow looks a bit windier though, with gusts getting on up in the 30 to 35 mile an hour range in Denver, and some spots, as I mentioned, touching 40 plus miles an hour in southern Colorado. So long story short, tomorrow's a bit more windy, today's a bit more breezy, and tonight it's a comfortable night with winds on the light side, 5 to 15 miles an hour, and those temperatures only dropping down into the upper 40s. So it's a comfortable and quiet night of weather ahead for us, with those lows generally in the 40s on the eastern plains and generally in the 30s and 40s on up into the mountains. As we head into your day tomorrow, as I mentioned, I do think we will make a run at 90 degrees here in Denver. I think we'll be getting close to that number in the immediate metro. Some spots in the eastern plains will probably touch 90. Here it's going to be fairly breezy and warm, with those highs getting on up to near 90 degrees. I would say might even turn windy for a period tomorrow afternoon, with those winds perhaps getting on up into the 30 to 35 mile an hour range. So again, that's why we're concerned about the fire danger here, folks. So you generally look for three things: one, warm temperatures; two, gusty winds; and three, a dry air mass and a dry ground. And we've got all three of those things in place. And I know it rained earlier on this week, but what we're talking about often with the fire danger for your day tomorrow, we're talking about 1 hour fuels, which are where it only takes 1 hour of prolonged sunshine or kind of warming sunshine to evaporate the moisture within some of those fuels, and that will unfortunately be in place for your day tomorrow, where again we've got some of those 1 hour fuels that will be taking place, and so that could lead to increased fire danger for kind of grasslands, wildland fires for your Saturday. Sunday, isolated storm. It looks, I wouldn't hold your breath on that. Best chance will be on up into the mountains with just a little bit of moisture, and I think we're looking at probably a dry thunderstorm chance here along the eastern plains, where you get lightning, gusty winds, a few raindrops on your windshield, and that's pretty much it. Kind of set up for your Sunday. Then Monday and Tuesday, temperatures around 80 degrees. It's sunny, and then mid-80s for next Thursday and Friday. Keep in mind, late next week could see maybe something a bit more meaningful towards the end of the week next week, but again, I wouldn't exactly hold your breath, as it does look like we're going to be into a fairly prolonged period of hot and dry weather. Best chance for some meaningful rainfall, again, Thursday maybe we get a little front that moves its way on through that could bring us some rain and some showers and some thunderstorms. But then the week after that, early the following week, that Monday and Tuesday, could be a bit more substantive in terms of some of that rain and shower chances. We certainly need it. I know we picked up about an inch of rain this week here in Denver. That's great. And I don't want to overlook that and sound too negative about it. I would just say that remember that unfortunately that fire danger will be high once again, despite the fact that we got all that rain earlier on this week. Again, it only takes about an hour of kind of intense sunshine to evaporate a lot of those fuels and evaporate that moisture and lead to those 1 hour fuels and that increased fire danger. So again here, folks, just stay safe this weekend, especially for your day tomorrow. I think tomorrow will be the worst of the fire danger through the weekend. Then Monday, Tuesday next week, and perhaps Wednesday as well, looks pretty, unfortunately, windy and dry. So again, prolonged fire danger, but if we stay safe, remember about 80-85% of wildfires are started or have human influence on them. Just as a reminder that if we are cautious, we, again, avoid anything with the spark outdoors, we'll get through it A-okay. Meantime, I'm Meteorologist Chris Bianchi. Meteorologist Danielle Grant will have an update coming up at 9 News at noon, and Chief Meteorologist Kathy Sabin in at 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10 tonight on the 9 News family of networks. Again, I'm Meteorologist Chris Bianchi, and have a safe and great rest of your Friday.